Hey y'all, hey, this is the Bow family. I want to get on here and just lightly discuss the reason of me not celebrating Christmas. There was a lot of topics and a lot of things that were said on my other platforms, and I just really want to clarify some things. Also, the short that I had posted on here. This is actually our second year of not actually putting the tree up. Before I even get started, first and foremost, I do not have a problem with anyone that does not celebrate Christmas. I love people. That is my job to do. I cannot judge or put a place of judgment on you. That's not nothing that I do. This is just solely for me and my family. So whoever that does celebrate it, trust and believe that it has no, I won't look at you no different. You know what I'm saying? Because you have so many people that would be like, they are wrong. Just because something you may not do, don't mean that everybody else gonna do the same thing. So super no judgment. I will never ever ever get on here and shame someone ever. Number one, since we're talking about Christmas and all, my setup is so in my sunroom, so it's not the best aesthetically pleasing. Excuse me for that. One day I will have a place where I can do more videos. Number one, and I'm reading from my notebook because I did jot some notes down. I feel like it's just me being very authentic with you guys and just telling y'all our perspective of it. I am a Christian. One of the questions that I got from my other platform, and I just gonna, someone said on my other platform, are you Jehovah's Witness? Just say that. Actually, I'm not Jehovah's Witness. Like I said before, I never pass judgment to anyone. I have never shamed anyone for their beliefs. No to Jehovah's Witness. I am not a Jehovah's Witness just because I don't celebrate Christmas like I used to. And the number one reason why I don't is because the unrelated stress that it has caused for me. You're probably thinking like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? I have 4 kids. And at that time when I stopped celebrating, I only had 3 kids and I was expecting. And I used to be very, very stressed out around Christmas time. Because for one, this is me speaking, not no one else. I would try to get all these gifts to make sure that my kids are happy. And then truth be told, I'm like, I spent a great amount of money throughout the year. And these kids have so much. Like, yes, I can go and buy some more toys. I can, you know, do all that. But it shouldn't just have to be just a certain day. And I get families that just only do it on a certain day because, you know, this economy is not playing no jokes with us at all. At all. So I definitely get that. But I was putting more emphasis on the gifts. I was putting more emphasis on, well, if I get them 10 gifts a piece, that's a good Christmas. I was putting more emphasis on like, oh, well, I need to get this X amount of gifts. I need to get this X amount of gifts for this person and for that person. And social media, where people don't like to be vulnerable about and actually tell the truth about it, we can get someone else's life, a glimpse of their life, and you can see 1,000 presents underneath their Christmas tree. And this was me. And I would be like, oh, man, I didn't do enough. Oh, man, I didn't get them enough of gifts. And that right there was just like, God, why am I so worried about gifts and gifts and gifts? And God had really broke it down to me, and we're going to get into that. I honestly feel like I was going broke a lot of times, like sacrificing certain bills or sacrificing my time or just whatever the case may be to like get these kids gifts. And I'm just like, dang, I just brought them an iPad during this year, you know, like I just was thinking like, goodness. And then my kids, not speaking about nobody else's, for a while I did feel like there was a lot of, especially with my 2 oldest, because he literally goes above and beyond with gifts. So I felt like when he was getting them gifts, they were kind of trying to expect for me to get these high value gifts, and it was just putting that unnecessary stress on me. Again, for people that celebrate Christmas and they are fine with how they're doing, this is not a video to shame anyone, because if that's work for you, it just works for you. Number 2, this is kind of more of biblical. Well, it is biblical because we know that Jesus was born in the springtime. Because in Luke and Matthew, they say that the shepherds were in the fields. And when the shepherds were in their fields, that was during the harvest time, like during the planting and springtime. And flocks was not left out in the winter. So I just started to really, when I started getting more deeper in the word, I was like, oh, okay, so maybe Christmas wasn't on the 25th. And my grandmother, who's 85, gonna be 86, I never seen her with a Christmas tree ever in her home growing up. And I spent many days and many nights at my grandmother's house. I have never saw her have a Christmas tree. I wouldn't say that she didn't celebrate Christmas, but I felt that she knew, but just didn't really say much about it. My mom, she ended up not celebrating Christmas as well, just a few years ago. But like I said, that's another story for another day. When you read in Luke and Matthew, you will see that Christmas time was a whole different, well, Christ's birth was a whole different day. I know a lot of people has a lot to say about, well, even though that Christmas wasn't just organically in the winter, still make it fun for the kids. Santa Claus, for example, I mentioned in that short, in a video that I posted, that Santa Claus steal the cookies. That was an error on my behalf. Santa Claus don't actually steal the cookies, but it's deceiving the kids. So for example, me telling my kids that there was a magic person that came into our home and we left him cookies for him to bring us gifts, and that they were naughty or nice. I just feel that a lot of those things are just supernatural things that just won't happen. So if I am trying to lead my children on this walk with God, I'm going to try my very best to make sure that I am telling them the truth as well. A lot of the comments that I did get, oh my goodness, it was not funny, but it's funny because they even brought up my husband saying, well, you would accept the cheating man. Like, I never put any information about that. And as far as I know, he's never cheated on me. So I do feel like if you just don't agree with me, don't agree with me. I promise it won't hurt my feelings. Like, I'm the type of person that's be like, okay, we don't see eye to eye on that subject, but it shouldn't cause discord. It shouldn't make you feel hateful towards another person. So that's another reason why I was getting very away from Christmas, because I felt like there was a lot of falsified stories in that. I just realized that my ring light went out, so the lightning was a little bit off. So that's just a little bit about that part of the story. And then also in Luke, we read about like when Jesus was born in a manger, and society would like have it all pretty, but it was very dark. It was like not such a clean place. And those are the things that I'm still working on. Like, I am not 100% just like a holy than thou type of woman. I am still learning. I am still on this journey trying to do the right thing. So when I see people giving me the encouragement as far as like, keep going, like you're right, and things like this matters, it gives me like that piece of, like that sense of peace in my heart. Like, okay, I am doing this to spread awareness, not to be liked about it, if that makes sense. Because we know if we're trying to win approval of people, then we can't be a servant of Christ. So with that being said, it was really hard for me to post that video earlier, because I knew I was going to get a lot of backlash, especially during this time of the year. A lot of people do not agree with people saying that they do not believe in Christmas, and a lot of people also was like, let them kids have the magic, things like that. When you know like how spiritual this realm is, like, it's best to just, I wish, like, I grew up in a church, and I still to this day wish that my mom would have took it like an extra mile with just being 100% truthful with me. The Bible tells us like children, like, be childlike, because we believe in, the children believe in what we say, and that's how God wants us to read the Bible. Just believe in what the Bible says and spread that information along. So that leads me into number 3, okay? Number 3 was the Christmas tree. However, I really think Christmas trees are beautiful. Okay, that was a hard thing for me and my household to actually let go. The reason why it was hard for us to let go because, like I said, all my life my mother had a Christmas tree. We had presents, we had gifts, we had the whole 9 yards. And she never really just told me about Santa, but I did feel like she would hint around, but it was never like too much on Santa. But we did have Christmas trees, and Christmas trees are beautiful. They are decorated nicely. Like I said, one of the things that I had a personal encounter with Christ about idol worshiping. This has nothing to do with Christmas. This has everything to do with me being so in tune with like celebrities at one point. I was just so into their business. I wanted to know all the scoop of tea. I was making these things like an idol. Before I got up and got out the bed, instead of praying, I would check my phone like, okay, shade room, what's going on? Because those things were becoming first in my life as spending time. So the Bible teaches us to not make idol worships, and I know a lot of people will say, well, having a Christmas tree ain't making an idol worship. But if you go to the Bible in Jeremiah 10 chapter 2 through 5, it will talk about idol worshiping. There was a god named Baal in 1 Kings chapter 18. It was believed to be like a fertility god. He would have this tree decorated with like ornaments. Back then it was like stones and other little bricks and things like that. But it reminded me what we do to our Christmas trees. Like we put our achievements on there, like our kids' first shoes that they may walked in, or like memory pictures and things like that. I won't necessarily say that you're idling it, but the originality from this tree was not of God. So we kind of adapt some of the things that we see traditionally, and sometimes we just don't know the meaning. And so when I started to read more into 1 Kings and Jeremiah, I was like, wow, this symbolized a lot of the Christmas holiday, you know, like the trees, the ornaments, things of that nature. And Baal, also in Jeremiah 7 chapter 7 verse 9, you can get some more readings in that. Jeremiah chapter 6, all of those books right there, chapters, is very valuable. Also, it was a lot of child sacrificing going on during that time. Christmas was a holiday that Christians made to fit its, like, okay, well, Baal, he did his thing, but we're going to make it more about Christ. But that's nowhere in the Bible either. So I'm just like, okay, instead of me just idol worshiping, because I am getting away from that. And this is the thing that I just want to tell everyone. If anything that you're putting before God is an idol, okay, I have to realize that when I put anything before my time spending with God, as far as like spending time with God, and I have the opportunity to do so, but I choose to just do other things, it becomes like that first priority in your life. For a while, like I said, it was like celebrities for me. Like I had to catch up on the latest news, and I'm just like, God did not intended me to wake up early in this morning to see what X, Y, and Z did. That's something that I had to learn. I'm still a work in progress. That's why I feel like I can talk with y'all and y'all can understand me eye to eye, because I never want to portray like I'm just this holy person and I look down on people that celebrate Christmas. No, because I was there 2 years ago and I'm still learning. I'm still learning, and I give grace to myself and to others, because living and walking for God can be challenging. It's not always an easy process where people say, oh, you know, you get close to God, all your problems go away. It seems like the devil come a little bit harder, because he know that if he can't get to God himself, he'll try to come after his children. One of the things that I just kind of steering away, like I said, was the whole aspect of the pagan holidays. Do I still mess up? Absolutely. That's why I got on here to make this video, because I still feel like there is time when I'm weak, and as your sister in Christ, pray for me. Pray for me on this journey. Like, I'm still learning. I'm still going through. I'm still being pruned. All of those things. So pray for me. My video, and I'm gonna just touch a little bit basics on this. With the birthdays, my kids will always have like a birthday that I'll always celebrate them. As far, when I mean by celebrating birthdays, I just don't want to spend all my time nor money like just going all out all the time, like every year. I feel like I'm at an age now, like I am simply thankful to be alive. Like I don't know what type of, like, that joy comes from like the Holy Spirit. Like I can't explain it. Like just waking up in the morning now, it's like, whew, I might have had a headache this morning, but I woke up, you know what I'm saying? And me working in hospice, just seeing that aspect of life, you just appreciate the smaller things. Now, I'm not saying I'm against people who celebrate their birthdays, because that, again, I am not against anyone that goes out and celebrate their birthdays. Me personally, I just feel like it's not as top priority for me to celebrate my birthday. For other people, that's fine. Like I said, I can't judge anyone about what they do and how they do it, but I just pray and hope that y'all understand kind of my drift of the video that I posted earlier, and that is a little bit of my reasons of not celebrating it. I am trying to raise my children and do better with my own life, to just really don't be as lukewarm as, you know, I was in the past, and this is just a journey that I'm experiencing. Hopefully y'all get my drill, and I will be posting more videos, because my kids, you can hear them in the background. They ready to go to bed, and I gotta wrap this up. I gotta wrap this up. With that being said, thank y'all for watching. Subscribe, like, make sure y'all hit that bell notification button so y'all can know when the next video is coming. If you stayed to the end of this video, drop me a red heart. Drop a red heart so I can just know who watched and who enjoyed. Like I said, if y'all enjoy these longer videos, let me know, and y'all stay tuned to the next time. Love y'all from the Bow family.